Bonaduce, life coach. Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
It is time for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. We'll take your emails at lifecoach@kzok.com, or you can call me right now at 1-800-252-1025. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let us, where'd that guy go? I want to talk to him about that. There's a guy on the phone. And by the way, phone lines are open. Give me a call right now, 1-800-252-1025. There's a young man on the phone that said, what do I consider being addicted to pot? And good, because it's very brief. My answer is kind of brief. Making that phone call. If you think you're addicted to a drug, chances are you are. If you think you drink too much, chances are that you are. Now, you can go down a line of that stuff of, do you miss work? If you've missed work, boom. It was, by the way, it was weed, which is a tough one. I wish I'd had a chance to talk to him, because that's a tough one.
We do have an email that's also along the same lines.
All right, well, I'll take it then and see if that answers that young man's question.
It might not. If not, call back, 800-252-1025. Steve in Puyallup writes, I work in a high-stress field. I'm an urban high school teacher. I've started smoking pot after school this year, thinking it was non-addictive. I've been using since September, starting with just buying a gram here and there, then up to an eighth, then a quarter, then a half, then an ounce. Now I smoke daily. I get jittery if I stop. I smoke over half an ounce a month. I get agitated if I can't smoke it, and my tolerance is through the roof. I have run up $1,500 in credit card debt paying for this habit. Am I addicted? If so, should I quit cold turkey or taper off?
Okay, I know. Thank you very much for the email, but I know very little about the pot thing, but I do know probably more than most people about addiction. The last drug I had to get off, I had no idea I had to get off a drug. It was Xanax. And I was only taking it like I was supposed to. I mean, it was a big prescription. It was 3 milligrams per time. That's a big pill.
You're taking a ridiculous amount.
And then I started taking more and more, but I'm going to Xanax. Who cares? And I'm doing this. I'll get back to your question about the pot. Unless you're scoring it off some side street, unless you're missing work, I just didn't consider a thing. Same with your marijuana thing. I got to go with this one. That you're addicted, it's getting into your finances. You're a teacher. People, they're all going to know eventually. If they don't know already, they're going to know. It's going to affect your job. And that's like question 3 on the thing. Are you an alcoholic or are you a drug addict? Has it affected your job negatively? If you're asking that question, it's time to get away from it. And I just said that without the $1,500 credit card debt. That's a huge problem. And the school system pays teachers all underwhelmingly bad. You need to get off this right now. And like I said, I'm glad you wrote the email. I'm glad that young man called in about the pot, because it does wreak havoc on a life, and I don't think it gets enough credit, as this could be dangerous. Under most circumstances, I don't think it is. But when you're racking up debt, it's enough in your life that you need to get off it. And yes, you know what? There's so many people smoking pot. Ask them. It's such a thing where your doctor will give you a card to go get more. He'll probably tell you how to get less. So ask your doctor, because that's a lot of pot to go cold turkey. So good luck on that.
If you've got a question for the Life Coach, 800-252-1025 is the number to call right now. Lou on Vashon Island, you're on with Danny Bonaduce.
Hey, Lou.
Hey, Lou. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, moonshine. Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
My wife threw me out a while ago. There was no domestic violence, no issues or anything like that. Police were never called. She's got my 2 kids.
Right.
She lives down in Thurston County, and she's doing some things. I'm wondering how hard it's going to be for a man to get custody of my kids. Here's the deal. She's withholding medical or dental care from them, right? She's not letting them go to the dentist to get their teeth worked on.
Why not?
Because she doesn't believe in in Western medicine.
Yeah, you'll get custody. The courts really frown on that. I was wondering if you were going to go there. If was that religious beliefs, or I don't believe in Western medicine. Well, I'll tell you something interesting, and you'll be glad about this, Lou. I'll tell you who does believe in Western medicine. The judge. That's the way it's going to be. When you go there and you say this, the kids aren't going to the dentist, Your Honor, that judge is going to go right in your favor. That is heavily frowned upon. Do your kids want to come with you?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, no, she's doomed, man. You got to hire a lawyer because it's a sensitive area, but you will get custody of your children, and maybe full custody, because like I tell you, dead seriously, you don't like the thing where she won't take them to a doctor or a dentist. I don't like it, and the judge won't like it. So you may end up, or she may get something in her court writ that she has to take them to the doctor for reasonable care. But when you ask, can I get custody of my kids? The answer is yes, you can, and it actually shouldn't even be that hard. Thank you for the call, Lou.
800-252-1025. That's the number to call for a question for the Life Coach. Tom in historic Kent, you are on with the Life Coach.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Oh,
Did you forget why you were calling?
No,
Okay.
didn't forget what I was calling. I just told the guy I heard Danny say that he was taking up to 3 milligrams of Xanax a day.
Man, I was taking way more than that. I had a 3 milligram pill.
Oh, a 3 milligram pill.
Yeah, big yellow
okay.
ones.
Well, anyway, I'm taking the bars, the Xanny bars.
Yeah, that's what I was taking.
Down in California, and I ran into a guy there on Oceanside, a surfer actually, and I'm kind of a high-strung guy, born with like a slight essential tremor, and anyway, so he gave me this Xanax, and God damn, I felt the best. I mean, the night was great. Me and the wife had a great time and relaxed and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, before we get to the actual purpose of this phone call, I throw out extraneous information sometimes. They're okay, these pills. They take the edge off. They can be, and I'm not recommending this. As a matter of fact, it's probably a huge mistake. Take one with a glass of wine. Whoa, that's a good time. But then they lead to this, worrying about it if you're addicted. And by the way, it's a very easy addiction. If you look up Heath Ledger, like a lot of people that died in the last, say, 5 years, they all have Xanax in their system. And this was something I was talking about with my wife because I was taking too much Xanax. People that were not considered to die of a drug overdose died with a bunch of Xanax in their system. People who did die of like heroin stuff also seem to have Xanax. It can be a dangerous little thing. If your doctor tells you to take them, then take them. But once you start taking more than your doctor says, you need to look at stuff. Now, Tom, what was a specific question?
Well, anyway, that was it. I was just wondering if I was addicted because it's helping. I don't drink, by the way. I quit drinking when I was 38. I'm 52 now.
Right.
Like I said, I remember back in the day taking a Xanax that a buddy gave me, the purple 1 milligram. And next thing I know, he gave me another one, and I was on the floor. That was back in the heavy drinking.
Back in the days when a Xanax could knock you on your ass. That's hysterical to me.
Yeah, knocked me totally on my ass. But I kind of, it's kind of a love-hate kind of thing where it really helps me, but then at times it really that secondary effect, that after a life or whatever,
right?
That half-life,
the shelf life,
It'll hit me at work, and I'll just, I'll nod out. And
well, here's my question to you, because, by the way, nodding out at work, not good, but it doesn't mean you're addicted. It means you took too many on a thing and you nodded out. Maybe you should stop taking them? Sure, but it doesn't mean you're addicted. Here's what I would do. Monitor what is happening when you don't take them. I found that it was manufacturing an angst that I didn't normally have. When I started taking them, and I don't want to say recreationally, because I wasn't taking them to get high or anything, but I was just abusing them. And all of a sudden, I had manufactured a nervousness that I didn't have. And it made me feel like I was falling and stuff like that. And that's why I decided to quit. And that's when I realized, hey, it's dangerous to just quit. That's it's something you should look into carefully. So, by the way, you can be addicted and still need to take them because your doctor takes them. So I would give yourself a little test and see what the side effects from not taking them are. But be ready. It won't be the wrong thing. If you're trying to quit Xanax, if you think, well, I should quit these, and you get incredibly nervous, take another one and then talk to your doctor. There's no reason to cold turkey this particular drug. I have some experience with it. It's really gnarly. And if your hands are shaking from not taking it, you know what? That's what Xanax is made for, to take the edge off. But you need to talk to your doctor, because I think it can. No, I'm right. It's very dangerous if you try and cold turkey Xanax or any of the benzos. That you should be very careful with that. Good luck, Tom.
Mike and Puyallup, you are the next caller through for Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Danny, how are you?
I'm good, man. What's up?
So, quick question. My wife went to a department store with my daughter and accidentally walked out with some clothing.
Yeah.
So, they are charging her with theft 3, and she's never been in trouble. She doesn't have any kind of record. I guess my question is, should she be getting a lawyer?
Yes. Yeah,
yes.
She absolutely wants a lawyer. But here's what's going to happen. You may not need the lawyer. Don't gamble with that. If you think, well, I'm not going to need a lawyer, so what? Get one and find out and then find out you didn't need one. I don't think. And here's what I'm going to do, Mike. I'm going to take you at your word. that your nice, normal wife and kid went to a store, forgot they had some clothes in a bag, purse, whatever it was, and they walked out. My guess is the store's not going to want any part of this in the long run. The judge doesn't want to do anything mean to your wife. You said she's never been in trouble before. Nobody wants this, but showing up without a lawyer is just a really bad idea. Give them the chance to let your wife go. Don't let them dislike her because she didn't have the respect of showing up with a lawyer. But when you show up with a lawyer and he says, Your Honor, it was this and it was that and here's what happened, the judge and the store are going to go, okay, fine, either never come in the store again or something like that, but my money is on. Let's ignore this completely. We're sorry all of this happened. Accidents happen to anyone. But nothing's going to happen to your wife, Mike. They don't want her. They don't need her. They want all this to go away just like she does.
Yeah, this is Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. You can email lifecoach@kzok.com or call 800-252-1025. We've got an anonymous in Seattle who has written,
Sex.
I have a married female coworker who is pursuing a younger male coworker, a friend of mine, who also happens to be married. I suspect they had a drunken one-night stand and she can't put it behind her, although he denies this. He hasn't been able to tell her to stop flirting because he works with her daily. I sent her an anonymous letter to let her know her advances are no longer a secret. The constant flirting and improper behavior has stopped, but I still feel a moral obligation to tell her husband and his wife. What would you do if you were in my shoes?
Can you give me that last line about the moral obligation again?
I feel a moral obligation to tell her husband and his wife.
Don't do that. What's wrong with you? Why would you do this? And that's not just because she's your friend and coworker. Why do that to anybody? It's a one-night thing. It does not need you. Nobody needs your help on this one. I know that, you get this itch like, I know this secret. I'm going to tell it. I'm going to do this. And I have nothing but respect for that husband. That's why you find excuses to tell him because you want to meddle. That's why you want to tell, because you want to meddle. I would never do it. I think I would never do it. You know what? It has to do with the person. I was just going to rant and rave here for a second. But I think that if I did something wrong, if I had sex with somebody here at the radio station, and anybody here found out, they would completely tell Amy. They'd go, I'm telling your wife for sure. I don't know that if it helps anything to do that, but here's the thing. You have to weigh this for yourself because you're talking about a moral obligation that I don't really think you have. This doesn't speak to the character of these people. It's a one-time thing. Everybody stopped it. It's behind you. Your question is, what would I do in your circumstances? The answer is not tell. Nobody in this deserves you on this. It's nice that you want to do stuff like that. I hope you have all the innocent reasons in the world, but the ramifications of what will come of you clearing your conscience of something you didn't do, I think are kind of mortifying. I don't think the world needs to know on this one. Everybody did the right thing and backed off. Hey, thank you very much for the calls and for the emails.
By the way, but she doesn't even know if they had the affair. Imagine you make that phone call. Oh, your husband had an affair and she didn't?
I'm not positive your husband's boning this lady, but if he did, you should be mad. No, this does not need you in any way, shape, or form. But I appreciate that before you did anything, that you emailed the life coach on this, because you asked me what I would do. The answer is don't tell. They don't need you on this one. But thank you very much. That's all the time we have for Life Coach. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.